Why, hey, and all those other greetings, Spade Adventurers. I'm Jake Spins, welcoming you guys back to another lovely day on my gaming and unboxing channel, where today we have another Great Eastern Plush unboxing. And once again, I'm very, very excited. Now, if you guys have been following the plush line, you will probably know that A, I am very far behind on these. B, Great Eastern has been releasing these like crazy. It's been insane. And C, there have been some really, really wild characters that have been made into plush, even some that have just been shadow dropped, and it's been insane. We will get to all those, but today's episode, I actually wanted to go with one that surprisingly is only being done now. If you've been following the mainline GE line, you might realize that there's a few holes inside of this line from the start all the way to the end. There's a few of these characters that are classic, but they're mainstay and they're not there. And I'm not talking about like third-rate Sonic characters, you know, slightly obscure but relatively there, like Cream the Rabbit. I'm talking about like almost main, if not main, secondary type characters who the first thing you hear there is a Sonic line, you are thinking of these characters. And it's very strange that it hasn't been done until now, other than the classic line. Well, technically there's two of these characters, but today one of those is going to be filled. So today's video is going to be on the one, the only Jim Carrey, otherwise known as Dr. Eggman. So, a little bit of information about this guy. The character first appeared in the 1991 hit, you may have heard of it, Sonic the Hedgehog for the Genesis. Now, in America, he was called Robotnik for all the way up until Sonic Adventure, up until 1999, 1998. And then he ended up getting the name Dr. Eggman. However, in Japan, this wasn't the case, as the character was always called Dr. Eggman. You can see this in the classic games, as there's just Eggman branding splattered all over his stuff, including Eggmobile. If you go to the flying ship area in Sonic 2, I believe it says Eggman 01. So this character has very much been meant to be called Eggman. Not sure why they ended up with Robotnik, however they did change this in Sonic Generations to where they called Robotnik Eggman. Though I don't think that was necessary because they also don't call him Classic Eggman, they just refer to him as Eggman, so I just prefer to call him Robotnik. With that being said, Sonic Adventure was not only just a landmark for the Dr. Eggman name, it was also the landmark for a lot of Sonic redesigns, such as Sonic, Tails, Amy. Amy got a huge glow up, pretty much a different character to the point of like completely different character made in the comics, Knuckles, and Robotnik. Pretty much everybody, and then of course Metal Sonic, but he just got taller. Which, it's an interesting thing. But Eggman and Amy were the two that got the biggest redesigns. And like I said, for the GE line, for some reason, Eggman wasn't there, along with characters like Tails and Knuckles. We still haven't seen Knuckles, but we do have Tails now. We'll probably see Knuckles at some point, especially with how GE is just pumping these plush out. Also, fun fact, so I don't remember the first voice actor's name, and I'm so sorry, there's been a few Eggman voice actors, but the long-running one is Mike Pollock. I'll probably put the other voice actors for Eggman in there, but the Adventure Sonic X type, Sonic X was Mike Pollock though, but like the Sonic Adventure and before that, that Eggman voice was also really, really good. If you haven't heard that voice, definitely check it out. And Jim Carrey, we're actually going to be able to talk about him if I can get the movie figures from Jakks Pacific. Anyway, though, I think it's time to make some inventions and open up the bag. Well, I'm getting kicked out of college for that. And just like Eggman's plans, that failed. Cool. All right, anyway though, let's look at the round guy. And when I say round guy, oh my gosh. They took Eggman very, very literally. He kind of looks like one of those like nesting dolls where you poke it and it just goes like... I don't know if a nesting doll does that. Oh my god, that was actually really hard to do. It was supposed to be like a wobble motion like this, and instead it was just the tides of Eggman's empire just flailing all over the place. So, looking at this guy, he definitely looks very, very cartoony, and it is hilarious. As I already mentioned, we've got the brilliant egg shape, and the face, oh my god, first thing I think of is the cheesy Wallace and Gromit smile. He looks like he's like, Gromit, can I have some cheese? And Orbot, dressed as Gromit, just comes out like, oh no, I'm missing the cheese. Wherever will it be? I don't know. God, that would be like a weird merging Sonic and Wallace and Gromit. Oh man, dude, Eggman would make a very interesting Gromit. They have very opposite personalities, but apparently Eggman can do an awesome Wallace face. But looking at that, other than the smile, you've got his dashing stash right there, which has been very much the plume of many jokes, if you will. You also have his glasses, which are actually a reflective material, very shiny, and look very, very nice. They did this this really, really well, and yeah, they're both that shiny material. On top of his head, you have his goggles. The first time you see him wear these is actually in Sonic Adventure Battle 2, where he goes to infiltrate Gun, of all places, and then I think he might use it once or twice after that, but literally never again. And I really have no idea why Ivo just decides to only use it at that point. So if we turn this guy around, we can see his tiny little ears, which is a staple of a lot of Sonic plush. The ears that you can just never see. And honestly, I never really remember seeing them that well on the character anyway. So it's just funny to always turn this guy around and you have these tiny little, like, curved ears just hidden behind the mustache. Like, his facial hair is larger than his ears. It's just ridiculous, dude. And I love it. I love it. Because it's also on the Toy Factory plush, too. And it's wild. All right, going down from there, you have very stick arms, which honestly works really well for the cartoony look of this plush, but it definitely looks weird, especially when you realize that it's actually stitched on halfway through, and he could only move like this. This just really goes for my Wallace and Gromit theory here. I really think that he's just part of that universe now, and Sega just forgot to tell us that he was bought up. But if we look closer to his skeleton arms, we do see a little bit of a rib-caged bone right there, which is actually a part of the design. And then I guess if we go with that, you got the spine, front, back. You'd think it would be hidden, but no, he's got like a reverse spine. It's very weird. But back to the arms, you also have these little bracelets. And his hands, his palms are kind of like this for some reason. They're that like rougher texture as well. And if you look on the back, you have the little rectangles on there that he always has. Some do a bump, some just do this, I guess. But there's surprisingly a lack of Eggman plush out there. If we go to the body of the jacket, we have only these little flaps not sewn on. There are some that just don't have it on there and you can just take it off and it's weird. But yeah, I guess they wanted to have it like more free-flowing and off the body to make it look a little bit more natural. So they've got that, and they have pretty much all the other details just printed on there, which is actually a really smart move. They don't need to be 3D. I don't think there's any reason that they should be 3D other than just game accuracy. But for preservation of the plush, it actually makes a lot of sense. You're saving on a lot of different pieces. You pretty much just have the body, the face, the jacket, and that's really it. Under that, of course, is the easiest part of the plush, which is just the dark round body right there with his pants. It's just, you know, it's what you'd expect. And then his legs are that stick type, which there's no way we're standing this plush up. Absolutely 100% no way that's happening. And we also have the little bars on his feet. And at the back of the heels, we have these little decals, which I don't know why. Why did they not print these on? These ones are actually just felt that are 2D. They're like felt discs, and they're just glued onto there. And that would have made way more sense to have be printed on there, because that's more likely to fall off than something here. But, whatever. We also do have the soles here, which are just a nice gray. So this is probably how you're going to be seeing your beautiful Wallace Robotnik plush over here. I do apologize because recently I haven't been doing a lot of recording. I am fairly tired, so I did miss a lot of information on Dr. Robotnik, like the fact that there's an entire storyline pretty much dedicated, like the plot line's just entirely Dr. Robotnik for Sonic Adventure Battle 2 with Gerald Robotnik and Shadow and stuff. So, prime opportunity to talk about that, but I don't plan these out. I just open them up and I'm like, let's go, let's do it. So I do apologize. If you want to add any extra information in the comments, feel free to. And that's going to be it. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to give a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the plush down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep toes safe, and march on to the Eggman Empire. Whoosh. Oh, dude, there we go. If I put like a filter for a thumbnail, dude, it would be like the Sonic Adventure 2 TV screen thing where he's making the announcement. Oh, that would be so hype. That'd be so hype. I'm giving editing spins so many jobs here, but man, trust me, it's going to be good. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Keep your toes safe, and bye.